Yeah, what's up?
Okay.
I gotta turn you up. I gotta turn my volume down. Holy. Okay, let's go digging. Okay, so let's talk about generic goals. What do you want to do in League of Legends in the next like 3 months, 6 months, whatever? Answer how you want.
Fix my laning phase. It's
Fix
so
laning.
bad.
Rank goal?
Um, probably just get back to Emerald. If I could do that.
Interest in comp or no?
No.
Not be washed in Normie Night? Perform in Normie Night. So I'm not a laughing stock. Let's do that. I'll screen share so you have a instant whatever. Current rank. Gold 3. What's your rank on your main?
Flat.
Pick hashtag what?
0702.
That's crazy.
It's flat.
Platform. All right. Plat 4, peak rank D4.
Yeah. So.
So we'll just say that was like 18 years ago before the war. All right. Let's open a VOD. All right. So I'm going to look at your rune setups, skill setups, make sure they're optimal. And I'm going to try and look at your lane phase from like an unbiased perspective. But my pre-bias going into it is I think you are very content in the game. And I think you watch the game go by. And I don't think you try to change the course of a game. Meaning, if you have a good support and a good team, you're going to win. Like every time. Like you're very consistent at that.
Yeah.
But if you have a shitty team, you do not limit test, you don't take risk, you don't flip,
Yeah,
and you
I'm
chill and slowly lose.
Passive player.
And so we're going to make notes on this game as we go. So we'll go, still April. 27th session. Saya game versus Kate Brand. Right away, I'm going to go straight into your lane matchup. You have Alistar Zaya. You're against Kate Brand. What do you think is going to happen? What is your win condition in this lane phase? And what's your approach?
So the approach is to not get super chunked. And
Yep.
then Alistar hits level 3 and they're under turret. Alistar can like headbutt him into the turret, but it's pretty much just survive the early game.
Okay.
And then look for engages when they messed up.
Okay. So if I was to classify in the vocabulary that I use, I would say you're the all-in lane and they're the poke all-in lane because they have like gross combo with like trap, but they want to whittle you down first. So you want to try and avoid that. So pulling the wave or pulling the wave kind of close to your tower is kind of inevitable. I don't think you can contest shove, especially with level 1 Alistar. And then you have to look for all-in combos. So as ADC, you have 3 buttons that give you a lot of agency in the game, and it's your summoners and your ultimate. So I'm going to look throughout the game on how you use those because that will help answer the question of like what I kind of colored you as a player before, where you just kind of watch the game go by on how you use your sums and stuff. Because I think playing with Alistar is kind of like playing with a shotgun, where you only have one bullet and you only get to use that bullet once. And once you've used it, you don't get to win outside of that window. So it's very important that you follow up or that you kind of commit everything to getting a kill. If you aren't able to do that, Brand Caitlyn will slowly whittle you down, and that will amount to a lot of plates and CS advantages. You guys can get dove and all that other bullshit. So let's see how you play this. I'm going to look at your...
I can't remember how this game started out.
So Q start, runes. Yeah, love the runes. Very good. Just a small thing, but just important to know. Next patch, this will change, like what meta ADCs are taking. I think the blue page gets better next page, or next split or whatever season, just because biscuits are kind of getting gutted.
Not surprised.
Yeah, they're busted right now. So I think this is all kind of fine so far. I really like what you did there, turning off the first strike with the Q and securing the last hit. It's really good against Caitlyn. And then right here, you need to like come into a mentality. So wave 2, the biggest question you always have to answer every single game is who is hitting level 2 first, right?
Definitely them.
And you can kind of see it from outer space that it's going to be them. So your goal as the bot lane that's going to get pushed in is how do I secure last hits without missing any, right? So the low minions, like this minion, you're going to want to clear, and then you're going to want to leave, like perma. So what you do right here is really good. You need to leave now. You're now done. So what this means is if I'm the brand, I'm taking this bush, I'm hitting level 2, and I'm going to combo whoever's in range, and you're playing in range, and it's very dangerous. So right now, just accept that you're going to lose like this tower damage that is going to amount from like these minions hitting tower is very negligible, right? So here, yeah, just leave the scene, and the healthy minions will get prepped by you and Alistar, but these autos right here are extremely dangerous. If I'm the Caitlyn, I'm running straight at you. If I'm the Brand, I'm running straight at you, because Alistar can never defend you here. The best he can do is offer a headbutt, and he's going to get chunked because of it. So this stuff is like, so we'll put the first point on wave 2, determine early if we can get level 2 first or not. If not, we needed to secure what we can and flee. Yeah, because there's no difference here from you playing here in range in danger or you playing here, other than this minion, which you can secure with a Q. So it's just unnecessary poke because you have a very limited health bar in this lane, and every bit of HP that you use is very important. Yeah, this lane matchup is pure pain until Alistar can find the big magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the last hits are rough. I would say the only other thing I can say here is right away, I would say you probably have 0 kill pressure until level 3.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to hold your abilities. So I would use both abilities on trying to secure as many last hits as I can. So that's the only thing that I saw is like, so as soon as you hit level 2, you need to level your E kind of instantly. I think you do it really slowly here. So that minion is last hittable, and then this one is not. You hit level 2, you skill your E instantly, and then you're gonna auto E this minion, and then these two will get last hit. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, it does.
I think it's doable. I just think there's no reason to hold the abilities here because there's no shot this guy is gonna find the magical thing on this window.
Yeah.
So just be more. Let's just say like when CSing and all in isn't possible, and let's just put like you think, because there's times where I've laned with you when I'm playing like Nautilus. This changes, right? Because I can actually get you to all in and we can do it. So you have to kind of do some guesswork because you're obviously not in voice comms with your support. You have to go, do I think we're going to fight right now? Because that would be the reason to hold, right? So when CSing and all in isn't possible, be more liberal trading ability CDs for last hits. Because I notice you do this a lot, like missing cannons when you have the ability to kind of nuke the cannon with your abilities. Because some of these last hits are gettable, and this lane matchup is going to be a nightmare, so every little bit of gold is going to help. Good, and then good. All right, so far so good. So one thing that I've noticed is the Caitlyn brand are actually playing really bad on this third wave. Is this wave 3? Sorry. This is wave 3 or... yeah. So on the cannon wave, you know, you hit level 3 after these 3 creeps, right?
Yeah.
So there's actually a world here where you up the tempo. So it's the same conversation as this point here. On wave 3, we need to determine, are we going to hit 3 first or not? And what Brand does is he concedes way too much space here. So you need to recognize that as a player and go, is my opponent's making a mistake or should I just keep respecting? And here they make a mistake. So you can actually beat the Caitlyn to the level 3 with Alistar stacks in the way Brand played, and not be too afraid because he's got mana issues, as you can see. So you could rush 3 and then you'd be in control of the lane and you can start stepping up and looking for the trading patterns that you want. So it's like right here, I think like right here, you're playing too far back. And let's say you trade a headshot or something. You still have like, you still have a lot of like combat ability. I think there's a world that you hit level 3 first and Alistar goes in for a combo and maybe it's good. Okay. And when I say this, it's, we should explore the option because as my approach to you as a player, I think you need to look for more risk in your gameplay instead of less, right? Okay. So here, if you could take control of lane and it does go well, I think there's ways that it could go either way, but I notice you're very quick to concede, especially when Brand uses W like that. So now the lane should be completely yours because this guy has 0 kill threat because he has no combo. So you should hit that and then you should actually step up. And you do. Yeah. So it's good. It's good. I'm just going, I'm trying to make sure you do some of the little things and then pull and then you kill. Wow, this is really good. Actually, yeah. Okay.
Like I said, I don't remember what happened in this game.
Yeah. No, you played that really well. I think just like,
I could have done it a little bit.
Yeah. So posture. So like, posture on wave 4 or wave 3, was a little too conservative. Look to participate in the race to level 3 and grab some control. And then I'll put like in brackets, especially when Brand misses a spell, because this guy is a turd without his full combo.
Can you also make one edit for Google Docs because it's going to drive me? Can you put Saya Alistar so I know who my support was this game?
Yeah. Okay, very good. Very good. Yep. No greed, and we're going to get a refill, right? Hopefully.
I think.
You can greed pickaxe. You're going to greed pickaxe. No, you're not. This is such a good buy. Yeah, I'm really impressed, actually. Pickaxe is the disrespectful, risky, and what you've done is the conservative, which kind of promises your slow gain. I like that.
Yeah. If I didn't have the boots rune, I would have gone boots instead of the...
Yeah, because you can dodge this shit, so that's good. Very good. Good. So when playing against Brand, this is like, it's kind of specific to Brand, but it's also like any mage support. So like Lux, Xerath, anything like this. When they miss a spell or when they commit a spell, you have to do something in response. You have to trade HP. So if you're participating in the lane, your long range poke is your QE combo, right? Mm-hmm. And right here, he committed. He has nothing. He's a turd, right? So it doesn't have to be onto just him, but right here, you have to take this posture and you have to try and combo somebody. Right?
Okay.
If it's Caitlyn, she's going to E you in the face and maybe the trade is losing, so it's better to play maybe closer to your minions. But right here, they're on full CD. Like, he cannot do anything for
Yeah.
a very long time. So you have to take trending stance and respond somehow. So I think Xayah could possibly walk into Caitlyn's range QE before she can E Xayah, right?
Okay.
And that would be just a chunk. Like, it's like you're going for little things, but again, the poke lane has very little HP regen, right? You guys have Alistar passive, you guys have like ways of like surviving, and they don't, right? So we'll probably make that as a note of just like try to punish ability usages more, because again, like she hit that max range Q on you, it's ISO Q, that's like really fucking valuable, and you haven't done anything to punish this guy being a turd.
Okay.
It's close to their tower, so like I can understand it, but I think in general, let's try and like respond that way of just like they've used something, I have to do something in turn. I always try and think like that. Huge.
Yes.
Okay, so the first point was look to punish or trade on missed or used ability CDs. Ran uses W. I have to step up and at least QE. And then the second point was ping your lane assist if you think gank is possible. Because you and your little platinum emerald little brain here, you actually know right about now that your jungler is committed to your side. And if you ask yourself, where's the lane going? It's going into you, right? So gank is possible. Do you think it works if it comes? And I would say the answer is yes. So you should be the one to take initiative and ping assistance a couple times. If he doesn't come, so be it. But it's important to try, right?
Yeah.
So communication from player to player is actually like a skill in League. And here, your lane has a couple free kills in it. And you don't want to play the slow game because they're going to keep like whittling you down. It's going to be cringe. You're going to miss CS. You're going to bleed plates. So you want to disrupt that by finding the all-in. Can you guys win 2v2? Maybe. It's much harder, right? But you got this broken roll, and you got Faker on him, right? So he's gonna come in and he's gonna collect some free kills. So just pinging assistance a little bit more, or just pinging so like good ADCs will ping which minion they need their support to prep or last hit, right?
Okay.
So just using pings more in general is kind of the point there. But I think you played this really well. Good root, good micro. And then what you do after here, I think we just play for wave. We nuke the wave, good. And then we base, really good. Nice. If it's me, do I stay? Yes, I do. If it's me, because I'm full sums and I'm good mana, good health, I stay because I want BF Sword.
Okay.
So think about if it's too greedy in general to stay extra time for BF Sword, because that thing is so fucking hard to complete, but the rewards if you do complete it are so insane, right?
Yeah.
And here I think the risk is generally pretty low. Like if you get zoned off the wave, like it's coming into you, right? You know that because this thing crashed. So if your support leaves you 1v2 or he bases and then comes bottom, just the important thing is you're so close to that BF and that will change your game. Whereas sitting on, because you're going to spend all your fucking gold, right? You're going to buy the sling shot. You're going to like buy what you can. And now you have to raise so much more money. It's just a pain in the ass. So if you are close to it, try to get it.
Stay.
Yeah, there's times it's incorrect to do that, but there I think you were more than chilling. And then here you're presented with, do I ditch wave and fight, or do I collect the waves? And here, I really like this decision. You need to bury your way earlier. Okay. No, it's bad. Shit.
Yeah, it was so bad.
Did you know that going into it? Or did you think you didn't want to be here, or were you down? Because you don't have mid-prio. I don't know if you thought of this. But then
yeah, I
your
thought
wave
it
is
was
horrible.
bad.
Yeah.
But then I just saw that it was just the bot lane, so I walked up thinking it would be okay. But yeah, no, it was so bad.
Sucked into the bullshit. At 7
There's,
min,
like,
our
one thing I
wave
do.
is massive, which means drag play has to work.
What I should have done there is I should have stayed, and I should have just pinged our jungler to do dragon.
Yep,
Because we
100%.
saw
Yep.
Rammus on top side. So if I had just done that instead of backing there, that would have been a completely different story.
Instead of yes.
So go
yep.
back.
Yeah. I know.
Before you
Yeah,
recall.
before you recall. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I follow your
Just
logic. So
go.
he should do it now with like the help of Alistar or something, or you can maybe help, or and then stay, and then catch or whatever. So, anyways, yeah. So like, if I was to assess this from the jungle perspective, he's griefing out of his mind either way, because doing Drake when you're this far behind, like he's level 4 at 6 minutes, which he's supposed to be level 4 at 3 minutes and 30. So he spent 3 minutes and 30 seconds essentially griefing or doing nothing, right? And he's already died once as a high econ jungler. So I would never advise that this is a good idea in the first place. And if
but
I'm
could have made it better.
Yeah. So if you're gonna make your own decisions here, I'm always walking to this wave as I have to catch this first and like push this one before I have a good timer. This is a bad timer, which means this play has to work, and it kind of can't work because of the mid situation. Like it has to be a super fast play, and you guys just don't have the juice to make it a fast play unless you had BF sword. Like all this changes if you had BF sword, and it's important to kind of know that. Because exhaust was cringe. And then also use barrier, get into the habit of using barrier in the first half of the trade. Summoner is meant to be spammed. What imagine you? All right, so the whole point of barrier meta is the cooldown. The whole reason people go barrier instead of heal is because barrier is a 3-minute cooldown, heal is 4, right?
Okay.
So it's in the past season, you were meant to hold heal as long as you can until you're 1 HP and you heal because you keep that HP. Because barrier is super short cooldown and because it works on damage being taken throughout the 2-second whatever, you want to use it at the start. So as soon as you know you're going to take damage, you're going to want to pop that shit. And that's true, like pretty much always. So
that would make more sense because I'm
pretty
sure.
So right.
I've been using it. I've been using it like heal.
Yes. So like right about now is when I'd pop the barrier because you're about to get nuked by something, and you do, right? You're getting fucked, and you'd pop it really late. I just would have kept you. It doesn't change a whole lot here, but the bigger picture is this mist wave is detrimental for your game. So like if this is me, I'm like so fucking tilted right now because I got sucked into the team's bullshit. So it's more when you're playing solo, especially when you're playing solo queue, do not do things that are bad for yourself. Always like your entire success as a player, as a champion in this role is this lane and the amount of golden experience you can extrapolate from it. And you sacked all of those resources for your team's play, right? So never get sucked into that shit. Only do stuff that's good for you. You see me do it all the time in my stream, like when I'm playing like Pantheon or something. If I don't like what my team is doing, I'm gone. I'm like, all right, I'll go gain top, like whatever. So you recover instantly, which is really, really good. Your supports could have what? Sorry.
Flash sooner.
Were you DPSing the whole time?
No.
So right there you flash. I see. Yeah, I would have liked that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't block Caitlyn trap.
What timestamp are we at? 8 minutes. 8 min. All in on brand. Sometimes using flash to gap close to increase uptime on DPSing
Maybe if I
is
flash sooner
really good.
there, we might be able to get some damage on Caitlyn and shove her out of the lane.
Yeah, because it would have just made her diveable, right, on the next rotation.
Yeah.
So she's chunked even more, and then you clear this wave, and then you can eyeball the dive. Here it's probably less applicable now, but you're right in your point. Very good. Oh, it literally happens. Like, you're literally thinking about it.
Yeah.
So if she's shaved off another 200 HP, like, it's different. So, yep, this is good. Yeah, because you're the all-in lane, and you don't have the option to play slow, so using your cooldowns to make sure you can play fast is really fucking good. I believe we autoed the turret, but I could be wrong.
I think I did first time, but
It's probably... Yeah, you won?
yeah, I did.
Oh, it's just one. Okay, not bad. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Shove. Look at this. Huge. I love this. You're gonna be fucking massive in this game.
Yeah.
How do you lose?
I think this is a game where Caitlyn like one-shots me.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Support's roaming, so you're playing safe. You're gonna have to surrender a lot of plates. Yeah, this is where the lane gets super fucking hard for you, so do what you can. Let me see.
Like I said,
Was
this
there an
was like the
option?
first.
It's just worth mentioning. There's no change in what these champions would have done, but ping assistance, like, help.
Yeah.
Because it will make a difference, and just like in general communicating as a player to player. Because then the gank is possible as soon as they get here too, and whatnot. Okay, what did we combo there?
I think I.
You did.
I think I should have just seed immediately.
Yeah. You're doing a backwards combo. The whole point of Zaya's like, I'm gonna nuke somebody, is to R, auto to get all the feathers, and then R and then E. This is a suboptimal combo, which suggests like you were under a lot of pressure, and you're kind of not. Holy fuck, that's crazy. I'm just going to call it the big combo because this should be standard for you. You should do this a lot more. I think you miss out on a lot. I think I've played with your Zaya too, where it's like, I think you should just nuke the fuck out of this guy. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then here, I think you need to wait for your support. Oh, that really sucks.
Yeah.
Not too much I can say about that. And
yeah, I just
nah,
too soon.
even this, yeah, this isn't like changing much. You just went before. Let your guy go first. Okay, where are we at with items? Yep, you're strong as fuck. This is good.
But yeah, I have one. Okay, now I remember what this game is like. After that play, I have one more stupid play like that, and Caitlyn gets so huge off of it, and I can't do anything versus her.
Same. Your Alistar is like pretty good. I like this Alistar.
Yeah.
Seems to be doing a lot.
But like this game was in my hands, and I single-handed it with how I played 2 dives.
Very good. Okay. Yeah, you're playing really, really well. Let's see what happens here. Very good. Very good. There's a kill onto Caitlyn there that you miss, I think. Let's see. So R absolutely necessary, and then you should E flash onto this guy. Because you want to get away from this guy either way, right? And nuking Rammus, less productive than nuking this guy. It's not easy, but again, ADC is all about execution. So seeing the play that's hard and trying to find creative solutions. Because I feel like the other thing I was going to say about your tendencies as a player, I think you approach most, if not all fights as front to back. And I think there's a lot of champions and there's a lot of ways that you don't have to do that. So if they've got the
Yeah.
bigger front line than you, it's on your team and you to find the creative way to nuke a backliner or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So so I think I have to go slow-mo to get it, but right here, the feather's out, and then E-flash. Maybe you're cutting back too far. I think in the air, you can click, right? You can keep moving or whatever, or are
Yeah.
you fixed or whatever? So I think there's
I
a
think you
big
could.
big pull onto that guy, and I think you would have won. Turned it
I need
into a
to
kill.
hit tab to see what my cooldowns are. I like. No, my cooldown.
Oh yeah, sorry.
My
Click on you.
abilities.
I'll go back.
It's like, is there a world where if I don't like flash ulti on Caitlyn there, is there a world where I do kill Caitlyn, or am I just
Like right now is what you're saying?
yeah, like right now? Like, could I get a couple more autos off and then E?
I would say because this is your maxed ability, you should look at every skirmish as how did I use my E? And here
Yeah.
you used your E to try and nuke Rammus, which is what his champion is designed to do, right? He's got Thornmill.
Yeah.
So he should be unkillable. This guy is building pure damage. You could have killed that guy.
Yeah.
So 13 min, look to do the big combo with flash redirect onto the Caitlyn. And then maybe expanding on that. Don't look at every fight as front to back. Yeah.
And then I die there because I walk back up with 0 HP and Caitlyn headshots my ass.
Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to focus on that kind of shit because that's just dumb shit. But the stuff that's in your control, like so far, it's all been your E usage. And I think that's literally it. I think we just need to know what our big combo is, and we need to do our big combo as often as possible. Because now, like, you have no agency, and when I say that, it's because no ult, no sums. So you have nothing to do but farm, and so you're done as a champion right now. Alistar's allowed to do whatever he wants. A bunch of other champs are allowed to do what they want, but you're on full CD right now, so you don't get to decide of the game, and that's where your role becomes really limiting. So we need to look at min-maxing the times that we do have agency. Before this stuff happens, yeah, because this is holy fuck, that's a nightmare. So before that stuff happens, before you approach any wave, you ask yourself who wins in a fist fight. And you win if you had R, and she wins because she has levels and items over you, right?
Yeah.
So you have to catch this wave. So let's just put like on every single wave, ask ourselves, can I step up and contest this wave, or am I playing to catch? The answer is usually reflected in our 3 big buttons. So we have no 3, so we are not playing. We're not a champion. But in 18 seconds, that conversation changes, and you can at least do a little bit more. So here you just kind of you step up and ego the wave, and she egos you.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. That's all you can really say about this one. She played it well. And you probably lose tower, so maybe you were thinking like I have to defend this, but this doesn't matter. The only thing that matters in solo queue is your gold and your ability to carry the game. It doesn't matter what your opponent has or does because these players are not good, right? No one in this game is particularly good, so it's your ability to prove that you're better than these non-good players, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't have to do spectacular things. You just have to, like, 1v9. As I say that. Yeah. No, but just get fucking massive, be a vacuum, absorb all the resources on the map, and then fucking go hit people. It's not hard. Why are you clicking back? You fucking piece of shit. You gremlin. Like, what are you afraid of?
Caitlyn, she hurts.
How many buttons do you have?
2.
2. Let's use them. Yeah? Like, you probably want to hold R here, but just barrier. Like there is no reason to hold barrier. If you are going to get use out of barrier, we need to spam that shit. That is the whole selling point, because I promise you, we're going to watch the next 3 minutes of gameplay and barrier is not going to change the outcome. Whereas being healthier on this wave and being able to stay on the map longer and make more money is tangible, right? But if you get low and you're in kill range of Rammus, he's going to fucking jump on your head and you're dead. So here, click forward, eat his ass, and fucking, you're like, oh shit, my boys aren't here yet. Just barrier. Just pop that shit. And don't click back. Just fucking nuke him. Face tank everything. Yeah, you used everything. So now we're on, oh yeah, so you didn't use barrier, but you used the one you don't want to use. Because this one does infinite damage. This one only protects, right? So this has a multi-function. This is better than barrier. And then flash is better than both of them, right?
Okay.
So how do we fuck that up? So let's go 1630 mid fight onto Kate. I'll just put in caps here. Remember, just use barrier. It's not worth saving. Or wait till the guy gets comboed. But I'm of the opinion that I think you should start fights as ADC. So if this is warded, or if anyone knows about Alistar, or anyone knows about LeBlanc, this Caitlyn is going to run away, right?
Yeah.
And you do not get kill part in this kill. So the question becomes, would you trade your barrier cooldown for kill credit on Caitlyn? And the answer is yes, right? You want to be massive in this game, and you don't care about your barrier cooldown. So step up and get him to go on you. That's how this is going to work, because you don't want this play to be avoided. You don't want to give her an escape path. So you cut her off, which is really good, but then you kind of chicken out, right? So just pop that shit. Don't care. You took the damage anyways. The way we microed this was really poor, because you only have those 3 big buttons, and we need to convert on those 3 big buttons. Because now this fight, if you had ult right here, this guy's now dead, and the whole fucking game is different, right? Because now you're meeting their top side snowball. It's not very big, but like in general, if you can survive, the question this game is going to be, Caitlyn will 1v9 if she can survive the dive, which is these 3 champions.
Yeah.
Because that could have been a different outcome, and that's all we care about. We care about influencing the big moments. Is there anything else we should say about that? Just use barrier. Yeah, because that would have saved our ulti, and that would have been a lot better. We would have been alive for that tower dive. So where do we deploy? We go mid. This is good. What happened there? What we got zoned off the cannon? Yeah, I don't like that. What are we afraid of right now?
I think that's another thing, because I was thinking about this, is Caitlyn 1v1 me down in bot lane, right? When I didn't have any of my buttons.
Yeah.
And now I'm just scared to fight her.
Right. Because you look, so you have advanced vision, so you know that she's kind of alone. She's lonely.
Yeah.
And you have homies like everywhere. So I think you can do almost the same play where you face tank her for a sec, you pop barrier, and you kill her. So I don't think you have to be super defensive here unless these guys are not here. And then in addition to that, if you're going to do the QE thing, do it on the cannon. That's just like simple math, right? You got a melee for your QE, and you could have got a cannon for your QE. Because that's also important. Yeah, I think you totally should have baited this guy to do the same exact play and just rinse repeat.
Yeah.
It's a tiny bit higher risk because you have no ulti, but I also don't care. So, yeah. Always look to create action or at least contest when you have either A, some of the big 3 buttons, or B, teammates around. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So here, no, that's how you spell it. They changed it.
Okay.
So here you have teammates and you have buttons, so you should at least contest. even though you're weaker. And you would kill this Caitlyn, and then this whole sequence is better because your team gets to fight the dragon fight without a Caitlyn. Or they don't have a Caitlyn. So this would be really good. Obviously it's not, so the game's kind of falling apart around you. And then the time at which you determine that dragon is lost, because dragon is lost, we can see that from outer space. Dragon is lost, and the question is, how big can you get while the enemy team is doing dragon? So you have access to this, 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 and this. So the question is like, where do I go? And the biggest thing is to recognize very early on that it's gone. So what you do here is going to tell me a lot. So here we go. You can't go these camps because of Graves being high econ, and he's probably going to deploy here or something. You probably could, but I mean, your Graves might just AFK.
Wouldn't it just be better to just go lane here and shove out?
Yeah, I think you should go top. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. I think the question is like, do I go mid and then top, or top and then mid, or top and then base, or whatever. Like, I don't want to lose mid tower out of this, so I try my best to catch mid high. And this is, again, you've seen me int this 100 times. I might even just get egoed on or flashed on by the Akali, and I have to burn my summoners just like trying to get something back. But in solo queue, it's very important that you go punch for punch. So they took the punch, they killed a bunch of you guys, and they get the dragon. What's the counter punch, right? Is the counter punch, it has to happen kind of right now because the enemy team is committed to this for a while. So you have the counter punch. So the counter punch is mid wave, top wave, and I get really big and a good reset. Or it's whatever, right? But if you lose this tower, it's really cringe. So I would step up on this wave, try to take initiative and farm this, and then try to go top and catch a wave and then base. But here you're kind of not doing productive things. And it's literally not even safe. So again, it's like a lot of your job is not easy, but it's on you to find creative solutions and to take risk. When I play ADC, I notice like my deaths are high, but my kills are high and my damage is high as fuck. And when you play ADC, I notice your deaths are typically low, your kills are low, and your damage is low. So let's look to limit test and go big more.
Okay. So what I'm getting from you is just running like an ape and...
Exactly. But just do it with purpose, right? Like if you learned nothing from this coaching session, other than the vocabulary of two things. So the first thing is, how many of my big 3 buttons do I have? And let me base my decision based off that, right? I guess 3 things. The third thing is definitely don't get absorbed into the teammate bullshit. Don't ever walk to a dragon if it's bad for you.
See, and that's another thing. When I was playing like years ago, when I like first started, I got, I guess you could call it like coaching or whatever from someone who also played ADC that was like a higher rank than me. And what he told me that is, if your teammates are making a play, go do that play with them, whether it's bad or not.
Yeah, that's trash advice. That's super trash because you're ADC, so you need 3 items, which means if you fuck over your economy on item 1, like it's over. Okay, so let's unlearn that. And then what was the other thing? It was, and then always think, and then ask yourself ahead of the wave, am I contesting this wave or catching this wave? That's it. So 3 things. So the big 3 buttons, 1, 2, 3. Don't get sucked into bullshit. And am I contesting this wave or am I catching this wave? And then just explore from there. If you have 1 out of 3 big buttons, can I fight? Try it. Fail. Succeed. Whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Actually, I need to see this fight. Oh my god, I hate the way you're measuring this. That's a big fucking chunk of damage right there. Is this fight good for you or bad for you? I'd say good for you because you have your buttons, but it's bad for you given the grand scheme of things because you'll lose mid tower if you lose this fight. So it's kind of an all-in fight in the sense that waves are not prepped. So I think like the mistake is probably here. Let's see. You guys go start. You go. And I would do the reverse because he doesn't need my damage on this. This thing is going to take 30 seconds no matter what. I would stay on the mid wave, catch it high right here because again, you have all 3 of your big buttons. So the question of do I contest the wave or do I catch? I'm contesting the wave. So I play catch mid high, cripple this wave, and then we go here. And then it's infinitely better because it's even at the worst case scenario, you don't lose too much mid, right? They might get a delayed mid tower, but it's not the end of the world. And then here, how do we play this fight? I think I see why you pulled because it looked like you're going to kill Brand as well.
Yeah.
You're stuck hitting this fucking Rammus, which is kind of annoying and cringe. And I don't see a way in. I think your way in was right there, and I think you missed it. So you're playing off of Alistar when he goes in. So there, I think you're perfectly good to go. I think you need to get away from this player. I think this is a time sink of autos because you can hit this guy probably 20 times and not kill him, right?
Yeah.
You need to get onto these guys, and you have your big buttons, so you can actually reposition. So it's going to be painful as fuck, but some way in the next 5 seconds, you need to flash through this guy and get access to these guys. I think that's the play. It sounds psychotic as fuck because this guy has like a taunt or whatever, and but he can only taunt one of you. So one of you is going to succeed in this fight, and one of you is going to fail, right? And it's important. The success of the fight is your ability to kill these players. So I'll play this at super slow speed. I want to see how, I think it's right. Yeah, so when this guy gets stunned, you need to, I think because he committed his body here, you need to slip past him and fuck this guy. Okay. Right? So I think I'll just put it in team fights. Always think about priority targets and try not to focus the tank. So obviously you're going to DPS throughout the fight. This is fine. And then as soon as this happens, this is not fine. You need to get off of the tank and you need to get onto the squishies.
Okay.
It's kind of...
This goes back to the fact that I play front to back.
Yes.
And I think the majority of that has to do with the amount of games I've played on Vayne.
But even Vayne's a fucking optional diver, right? Like the old Vayne was more front to back 1v9. This is more, I think the current Vayne, you look for more like creative, like flash condemn kind of shit or whatever. Because that was your time to kill Caitlyn. So Caitlyn dies in this fight, Xayah dies too, and that's a one fight for us. That like it might not be a super great win, but that's how you win this fight because you wasted all your time and damage onto Rammus. And he never died because again, like we said, like you can hit him for 20 minutes and he's not going to die. So our big 3 buttons, we used 2 of them this fight, and we got Rammus's health bar, and it amounted to nothing different in the fight.
Yeah.
So I think, just shaking that front to back mentality is going to be the learning objective for you. Mm-hmm. Let's see, where are we at with items? Still no IE, that's fucking painful. You have it in base though, so you need a base like right now. Yeah, what's your thinking here? Do you have like any thinking of why we don't base?
I think at this point I kind of just mentally checked out, so I'm not paying attention to it. And I also see the Rift Herald, so I just board with it.
Right. Completions are usually game breaking / defining. So we say IE / like LDR or whatever. We need to complete these ASAP and base to buy them. I mean, it sounds like kind of dumb and obvious, but like that's super, super important here because you're twice the champion you are if you complete this item. And right now you can never contest. Like there's almost a single player you can't really fight.
Yeah.
So you're just 20. Yeah. So it's just mental, like tilt or whatever. Because you made a couple of mistakes this game. Not the end of the world. It's still like a winnable game, but here you're making it worse. Thinking that again, this is exactly this point, the team bullshit, right? Yeah. Don't get absorbed into team bullshit. That's it. Because this Rift Herald is like, oh, we're obligated to fucking send this into towers. No, right? Especially when you're behind, Rift Herald has like no value. Okay. Rift Herald is like it's almost only a tool you use when ahead. And that goes for all topside objectives. So Baron, Grubs, and Rift are kind of only when ahead objectives, right? Like a denial Baron is like fine, but you can't use it, right? Mm-hmm. You only use Grubs, Herald, and Baron from ahead. This is a fucking fiesta. This is weird as fuck, but I want to see how you use your big 3 buttons. Okay, good. Okay, we E. Was there... Hang on. Let's investigate this. Do the big combo. Like right now, I think you flash past the...
Yeah.
Because the game is in a very
Okay.
desperate state, so you need to start taking risks. I'll just put like 23 min. We need to use our flash and do the big combo onto Caitlyn. Because I think like this game as a whole has had a severe lack of you doing the big combo in the first place, like using your
Yeah.
R offensively to get more and more feathers. So here, Caitlyn is killable. She's stunned. You can actually space the Rammus by flashing here or past him or going up in the air, right?
Yeah.
And then you can snap your E while you're taunted or whatever. This guy will die. And you
Mhm.
have to do that because the game is in a very sus state. But you eat the taunt, and then she gets away, which is like a huge tragedy. This was a big moment that you could have got some hold back in the game, and now there's an Akali in your face that's full HP. So now you don't have any agency anymore, and you're fucked.
Yeah.
And then let's see how you play the back half of this fight. We kind of wasted our E there. Small thing. I don't care too much, but how we use our big combo is very important. I would assess this before this idiot goes back in. I would assess this as the dust has settled, and I'm already running mid and trying to clear mid. And then going into this guy's jungle camps and trying to clear all the jungle camps. Because after like enough gameplay has gone by, this guy has no intention of winning playing Graves like this, right?
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to clear 6 camps and then look for action. So his CS is like criminally low. His deaths are criminally high, and the game is unstable. So you have to look at how can I get Last Whisper before the next fight. And the way to do it is to run mid, push mid high, because these guys are gonna fuck around and then they're gonna do dragon, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like the beauty of solo queue is you know what Morans will do, right? So the next objective, I promise you, I don't have to watch the footage. The blue team is gonna run here, and they're gonna send way too many members here, and they're gonna hit the dragon. That's what they do. Because in 2025, that's what we do. We hit dragons, right? So while that's happening, you have 2 waves mid, like this one and the one that spawns. You have 3 camps and maybe even a top wave and a good recall. And then you get Last Whisper. And then maybe the game changes, right?
Yeah.
Just stuff like that. Because this is all bullshit. Like whatever happens here, you're getting sucked into the bullshit.
Yeah.
Because this guy's never going to die. And even if he does, it's still the principle of just... LeBlanc is smart here. This is the smart player on the Rift. You're going down with the ship.
Yeah.
This is fine. So I get chunked. We have to go back. No jungle camps for us. Like these are all just like ripe for the taking. They're not Graves's anymore because he's a fucking moron. So we play like he's dumb and we take his jungle camps. So midwave. You can't really get the camps anymore because that's where Graves is gonna go. But there was the timing there. I'd probably take Wolves here, just because he's up here. You can only farm so much at a time. Yeah, definitely look to cycle jungle camps more. Look to cycle camps more, ours and theirs, where possible. And then I'll put like the little star where it says, try not to motivate Jung to rage quit. So there's going to be a jungler that does it. So believe me, you. But the fundamentals there, because this guy probably wouldn't miss his wolves. And you're going to get closer to Last Whisper. Super, super important. I think there's a lot of nothing in the timeline, so let's go a little faster. I just want to see like 1 or 2 more fights. Nice. General league point, but mid inhib going down is actually really good for your team. At this point in the game because you guys get access to income. So 1 inhib is completely fine, 2 inhibs is completely not fine, and 3 inhibs the game's already over.
Yeah.
Just so you know. So this is fine. But now you're locked into not griefing. Make sure you grab these minions. Holy fuck, they are racist as hell for that.
Yeah.
I think like the way you kited the wave here was kind of weird.
Yeah,
I think you're playing with guilt. You're playing with guilt of just like, I have to help these guys. When you should just be playing, I'm locked into mid and I'm going to Raptors because Graves is going to fight, right?
Yeah.
People that fight don't like gold. So you're going to go Raptors and then you're going to maybe look top or catch the next mid wave.
Yeah.
That's your path.
I think that's what I was doing, and then I realized it was like they're fine or it's lost.
Yeah, and then they went full racism on you mid and you got punished again for following the bullshit. That's crazy. I can't end.
Don't worry.
Let's see what happens.
Stay tuned. I get one shot at the end of this game. It's hilarious.
Is it here? It's probably not here.
No, I was at my next starts when it happened, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Okay, we killed them. This game's actually, like, still really winnable. Like, you guys are actually, like, yeah. This game's in a great state. If you can get your fucking items together. Yeah, so this would probably be, like, in that 30-30-40 conversation we had earlier. This is probably a loss that's, like, on you. You have to take the responsibility. I think we already talked about that. We use this game as an example, so it's good.
That's why I wanted to do this game, because I'm pretty sure that this is the one that it was on me the reason we did this.
Oof. Yeah, that's tough. The macro is incorrect here as well. I'd say Xayah is locked into a position of playing midwave before Dragon. This Dragon's also givable because it's not Soul. It's super late in the game, and it's not Soul. So I would give this and just play Drake, Raptors, Red, and then base for my Last Whisper. So again, like just like economy, playing the map. Because the option that the enemy team has here is they just bait the Dragon, they just hide, and then Akali marches down mid, and then you guys are fucked. Because I think they're going to threaten Nexus towers, you guys are going to start basing, they chase down your bases, and the game just fucking ends. Yeah. Yeah, so we died there. And then we're going to get headshot like one more time and then the game's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. Yeah, not too much to do anymore. Let's see. Get close. Yeah, you're actually like, you're allergic to the jungle camps.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only time the jungler's camps are his is when he's good. And if he's good, they're already gone. That's the way jungle works. Oh my fucking god, that's some damage.
Yeah.
Okay. How do we use our last couple cooldowns? Because you're gonna have LDR. You're gonna have double sums. This could be really good. Spoiler alert, it's not. Very good. Good to know. Okay. Oh god.
Go.
Okay. Okay. Nice ulti. What are we ulting?
Yeah. Panic ulti.
Yeah.
That shit did so much damage.
Wow, that did a lot of damage. Let's just press R. You probably are just locked out of the game at that point. But for the fundamentals, I'm never finishing a game with both sums. So right here is your last moment to do anything that's going to change the game. It probably doesn't. Saving that R would have been really good because then you can do the big combo, obviously. But then right here, you have a chance to actually blow somebody up. So right here, oh, the combo fails. Yeah, on this guy going forward, he's going to tank the taunt and the aggro of the players. You need to walk forward, auto, E flash, and then you lose the game in peace, right? But no excuses to do this kind of stuff. Obviously, you're like kind of tilted at this point, so it's whatever. But don't bother saving KDA when you can actually learn something. Yeah. So let's make some highlights and we'll call it a sesh. But I think I'm kind of spot on things that you need to work on. So let's see. Liberal, don't care. Posture. Look to punish. So let's make a highlight on that one. So anytime any support in the game misses a cooldown, we're walking forward. So like Thresh hook. Like when I'm playing against a good AD carry and I'm playing Thresh, the AD carry is positioned in exactly the pixel that makes me think that I can hook him. And then he draws out the hook, and then he fucks me for the 20 seconds that it's down, right? Okay. That's how high-level ADC needs to be. If you just play the lane, I'm going to play at a safe distance, and I'm going to play out of trading range so Brand can't hit me, you're going to slowly lose the game. Or, like, that's the concept anyways, right? Yeah. So play in a way, Brand has to press W on you because he's in range, and then fucking dodge it. And that's how you're a good player. Ping more, I honestly don't really care about this point because we already have our big learning objectives. BF sword. This one is the most important one. So no bullshit. I'll put this part in caps. Don't get sucked into the bullshit, which is drags, grubs, heralds, whatever. Barrier usage, let's work on that. Let's talk about doing, let's talk about doing the combo, the big combo. Don't look at every fight as front to back, super important. This is the other one. This one's big. And that one's big. It's the same as front to back, but you know. Cycle camps more. Let's work on that. So I've given you a lot, but if you can implement just a quarter of it in practice or in solo queue, you're gonna fly up to whatever. Like honestly, it's this rank. It's not Emerald, because I've seen the way this ladder functions, and I think you know you show signs of being much better. We just need to shake the idea of like, is it productive to sink so many autos into a Ramus or whatever. Because it's not. I'm not trying to say it in a flame way. I'm trying to say it. Just productivity, right? So you're going to look at Zaya in your future games, and it works with Ezreal too because he has a shift. You need to try backline diving. You need to try playing the front of the fight. Okay, I'm queuing the Scion like a couple times till I find the angle. And when your support goes in, you're flying in there with him. And you're not focusing the tank anymore.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm going to share this to you so you have full thing. And you can edit it. And anytime we do future sessions, we just go back into here. Cool. GG's. Thanks for participating in the session. And I'm going to hit the solo queue.
Yeah, me too. All right.
All right, buddy. All right. Talk to you later.
Later.
Guys, that's Jay. That's one of my promising new prospects. Not new prospects. I mean, Jay's like 100 years old in terms of league years. But Jay's really good. And I have full confidence that Jay can get back to really good elo.